Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today's video is pretty simple. I have 3 horns here that I want to sell, and I've not made ads for them, and I kind of forgot that I was trying to sell them. They've just been sitting around, taking up space. One is new. Save that one for last. And yeah, if you want to buy something, let me know. This is my Elkhart Conn 6H. This is a 1959 or 1960 production, which is the earliest one I've owned. I've also owned a 65 and a 67. And yeah, 6H, 500 bore. It's got bronze outers, equal length oversleeves, nickel crook, yellow, everything else, 8-inch bell. And these are really, really, really good horns. My 65 I had for a long time. I used it for a ton of stuff. I loved it. Ended up trading it off, which was probably a mistake. That was a really amazing horn. I had a 67 that was not as good, and I sold that later. And now I have other horns that I use all the time. The 500 bore size for me is just a little bit small, and I just really don't use a small bore straight tenor a lot. And when I do, I have a 16M, so I don't need this. And this horn is really, really good and a little too good for me to just have sitting around, if that makes any sense. I'm not a collector. It's in great shape. Slide is good. There's nothing on it right now, and it is absolutely playable. You know, lacquer's not like 100% or anything. It's a used horn from 1959, so, you know, stuff has happened to it. Comes with the original slide, which is in, like I said, great shape. And also this, like, scratch-built slide, for some reason, also came with it. Hello, V8 neighbor. It has a aftermarket, some kind of lead pipe in it. It's kind of like some Conn director parts. It's got this weird slide lock, and it's got yellow tubes with yeah, built-in over sleeves. So they might be from like a King or like a student model. Nickel crook and an Amato water key. And yeah, for some reason this came with this horn, and it also seems to play pretty well. The action might be a little bit worse on it as is, even though it's mostly fine. I don't get why there's 2 slides, because the original one is fine. Anyway, this is for sale. As with any of these horns, hit me up at the lesson link down below if you want to buy them. It's not just for lessons. I'll just respond to you. It's an easy way to get in contact, and you can find out how much it costs. I'm not going to say the prices here on camera. Second up is a horn I'm selling for a friend. I've had a little bit of information about it. This Greenhoe GC5Y. Yes, I remembered all of that correctly. Please, I hope. I've talked about it a little bit. Really cool bass in the Conn style, meaning the tapers, basically, I guess from the very beginning, but the tapers in the bell section especially are in the Conn style. Amazing slide with bronze outers, nickel crook, equal length oversleeves again. This is actually very similar to that 6H slide that's now on the floor. Greenhoe valves, and all the tubing in the valve section is red brass, which is very, very cool. And then a yellow bell, so kind of Conn 70H style in that regard, even though of course up here it's much larger than any of the normal 70Hs. This is a really, really cool horn. It plays really, really well. It has an MK drawing George Roberts lead pipe in nickel at the moment. And it's awesome, and yeah, it does not need to be sitting around my house just kind of sitting in a case when someone could be out there playing it. So yeah, again, hit me up if you're interested in a top flight bass that is not new, but is not very far off from new and is in basically perfect condition. All right, last up and newest and most special, the horn I just banged on the floor a little bit, my new King 7B bass trombone. Yes, I've owned the Chinese copy of this instrument, and now I own the real thing. Somehow owned the copy first. This is a 7B, does 7B things. The 7B came out after the 6B, the Duo Gravis. It basically is not exactly the same. It's got independent valves, of course. That's the big difference. But they also changed some other stuff. There's like a different lead pipe. I'm not sure if this slide is different in any other major way, but I think the bell is also a different taper, like the tuning slide is different. When King designed any of their trombones, it was from the ground up. They did not just use all the same parts and move a valve like Bach did for every single instrument. Every King is its own design. 6B, 7B, 8B are all completely different. Of course, all the small tenors and the 4B, 5B. 4B and 5B are the only ones that are really similar in any capacity at all. But yeah, 7B, it's a workhorse of an instrument. It's got some dings and scrapes and some little tiny crunches and stuff, but it works and it sounds pretty good. I am going to have the slide worked on because right now it's usable but not great. It's got some dings in it, but otherwise is in playing condition. I stripped the bell and polished it today, and other than a ding like right here, a smaller one right here, okay, we got a couple right next to each other, it's actually in great shape. So yeah, cheaper bass trombone. This is definitely going to be on the lower price side of things. That works, makes noise, and will not break the bank. That's all I've got for now. I think I'm probably forgetting another horn that's in a case somewhere, and I'll have to make another video about that later. That's 3 horns I would like to sell. If you're interested, hit me up at the lesson link in the description, and I'll see y'all next time.